What's up guys, and welcome to the latest brand new car boot sales pickups video. Now I just want to give massive apologies that this is really late. It's just been, honestly, it's been such a crazy mental week. Like, I'm so busy like all the time, like with uni and work and stuff. And yeah, like I said, I got back from uni yesterday and I was originally planning to do this video, but then we was clearing out the shed, and when I got home it was literally like Storage Wars, the TV show, if you've ever seen that. I absolutely love that TV show. There was just stuff everywhere, but the good thing is I've been able to sell some things for bits of profit. Yeah, I had to sort out what I could sell on Grimsby Swaps and Sales, what I could sell on eBay, things like that, and what to take to the charity shop, which I did earlier. I traded some really mega bad DVDs and things like that to CEX, and I ended up getting like £3.59 earlier. So that's money from nothing, and it'll go towards a cool pickup sometime in the future once I've built up some more credit vouchers. So yeah, it's just, honestly, it's been so busy. So let's jump into it, guys. I'll show you guys what I got. So this was actually from the Saturday car boot the other week. I got an Xbox controller for the original Xbox. This one's the Slim controller. I think it's kind of classed as Slim. It's Xbox S controller, I believe. So this will be a lot better for when I play the Xbox, because the one that I had before I managed to find this, it's the Duke controller, and it's an absolute beast. And yeah, honestly, it's so massive. And obviously this, it's quite a bit slimmer, so it will be a lot more comfortable to play Xbox on. So the woman wanted a £5, and I think that's pretty steep, to be honest, especially for an original Xbox controller. But I don't know, I think controllers, they tend to go for quite a bit nowadays, don't they, just in general. But yeah, I said to her, you know, will you take £4 for it? And she was really umming and ahhing, but then she was like, you know, I'll let you have it for £4. So I managed to get £1 knocked off, so it's not too bad there. But like you say, I have been after one of these controllers. That Duke one, it's absolutely massive. It probably weighs about as much as me. Right, so what else do we have? I picked this up on Monday last week after I passed my driving test, because I think I just traded in a few pointless PS2 games or something like that. My memory's so bad, I'm getting old. But yeah, I put them towards Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. I can't believe I've only just got this. Obviously boxed and complete, like I always get them. So really happy to have this, and I still haven't given it a go yet. I've played it before in the past, but I haven't had a chance to, honestly, I haven't even had a chance to game or anything. It's been so busy. So, right, so I'll show you guys what I got from the other Sunday's car boot. This was an afternoon car boot just outside of Scunthorpe, 20-30 minute drive away. So I asked my uncle if he could drive us there. My friend Dave couldn't drive us to the morning one at Morrison's, our local one, the main one. Unfortunately, so yeah, my uncle took us to the afternoon one, and I still made some alright pickups there. But obviously from now I can actually drive myself to the car boots. This is really cool. I would like to hit up this afternoon car boot a bit more often when I've got the money and petrol, because this actually, it wasn't too bad really. So show you guys, I got a steering wheel for the Wii. This was £1, because basically they had a Wii with a load of games and stuff, but there was nothing like decent. The only decent one was Mario Kart, and I picked it up, and then I said to him, I was like, how much would you do for Mario Kart and the wheel? And there was like, how much do you think? And you know when they do that thing, you're like, they either say make an offer or they say, how much do you want to pay? And it's like, you know what I mean? I hate that. I always act dumb. I'm like, I don't know, I've never bought one before, you know. And there was like a few quid, so they would have done this and Mario Kart for £3, which would have been banging. But I opened Mario Kart up. I was like, yeah, cool. I thought, I'll just do a quick check. Open Mario Kart up, the disc wasn't in it, and of course, it would have been in the Wii console. It happens every single damn time. Happens all the time whenever you see a Wii console and they have Mario Kart. They always leave it in the Wii. What is it with you guys? So unfortunately I had to leave Mario Kart, because I would have picked it up for CEX trade fodder. I actually already have it myself. I got it the other week at a car boot. But yeah, I picked up a steering wheel because I do not already have one, so happy to pick that up. And I was so happy to spot this guy. I did not see him my first time around the car boot. I usually go through the car boot like 3 times. I go really quickly around looking for games. To try and get them, you know, obviously before other collectors and whatever. I'm used to doing that, and then the second time I'll go through and I'll have a more careful look you know, for other things such as, you know, board games, plushes, things like that, which I may have missed first time around, which I did in this case. And then I usually go like third time round just to make sure. That's literally what the third time's for. But yeah, on the second time around, saw something I missed the first time. So I got a Diddy plush, and she only wanted 50p for this, so that was amazing. Yeah, I'm really happy to find him. Yeah, the only thing I'm only like tiny gutted about is just it's got the tag cut off, and I do like them with the tags on, to be honest. I'm so fussy, honestly, but no, obviously you cannot go wrong 50p, so it's proper cool looking. I'm a big fan of Diddy Kong. I remember being amazed when I first played Diddy Kong Racing on the N64. I think that's brilliant. So yeah, really happy to get that. And I found a load of Game Boy games, and the guy only wanted £1 for them. So let me show you what they are. A couple of them came with manuals. They're all just the carts only. So I got the classic, which is Tetris, and this came with the manual. And the other one that came with the manual was Tetris 2. There we go. And the other games I got were Tom and Jerry, Wave Race. I actually played that a little bit back in the day. I remember just picking it up at some point, and that was really fun. And yeah, big fan of Wave Race on the N64 as well. That's a nice little game too. I also got Beetlejuice. I remember I've seen the movie once, but yeah, I've not had a chance to try out any of these games. I know that they work, I tested them, but not had a chance to play any of them, so I don't know what the game's like. But I do see the logo LJN, so I really don't know if it's going to be any good. Yeah, because I watched Cinemassacre and the Angry Video Game Nerd, and some of the most terrible games he's ever played and reviewed are by LGN, so I don't know, I can't get my hopes up with that one. And then the last one was a Game Boy Color game. I got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I'm a massive fan of Harry Potter. I remember having the Philosopher's Stone on Game Boy years ago, and I never got to play this one, so it would be cool to try this one out. So I'm also after the Philosopher's Stone as well, when I can find that. I actually picked up a DVD, and I don't normally pick these up at all, but I was with my uncle, and he's like an absolute movie geek, and he knows like so much about movies, honestly. And yeah, and he said this was actually discontinued, I believe. So it's called Burning Bright, and it's American, and it's one of those where it's just one of them not so popular movies, but it's really good. He showed me this a while ago. I'll just read what it says on the back, because it really sums it up, to be honest. When 20-year-old Kelly wakes late at night during a hurricane, she finds a hungry tiger stalking her through the halls of her home. With every door and window boarded up from the outside and her stepfather nowhere to be found, Kelly fights frantically to stay one step ahead of the killer beast while dragging her autistic brother Tom through the house. But with every turn, the situation becomes more complicated and desperate. Yeah, you seriously need to watch this, guys. It's a great film, this is. So, yeah, I was happy to get that. It was only £1 as well. Right, the next one. Let's go with it retro. This was a pickup from In the Week. This is a CEX Profits pickup, okay? I'll explain the whole situation to you. It's, oh my god, it's pretty complicated. Right, so I'll show you the game. I got Rock and Roll Racing on the SNES, and yeah, I've discovered this game through Cinemassacre, through James and Mike. So it's basically a racing game with rock music, and the fact that Black Sabbath Paranoid is on there, that literally sold me. I mean, not the actual version of it, but it's like one of them, what do you even call it? I'm going to sound so dumb, I don't really know what you call it, 16-bit version, 64-bit version, I don't know, like that kind of version. And there's other rock songs on this as well, and yeah, I've had a proper go with this, and it's really cool.
Stage is set, the green flag drops. Snipers about to blow. Holy Toledo! Jake fades into last.
You get power-ups for your vehicle, you can upgrade it, you can buy other different ones, all that stuff, so really fun game that is. So along with Rock and Roll Racing, I actually bought Wild Guns on the SNES, and I really wanted to surprise you guys with it, but I don't know, I thought there was a high chance this was going to happen, right? So it was fake, okay? I'll show you a little video on screen right now, guys, showing how fake it is. I did like a little video. You can even see by the front label, it's so oversaturated, the colours. And one of the corners, the bottom left corner of the label, that was already hanging off. And you can just clearly tell, and I opened it up as well. You know, just to, I don't even know why, like I knew it was fake, but I just opened it up just to get even more angry. And yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous, man. So yeah, I took it back to our CEX, and the person actually said, like, how do you know it's fake? And it's like, you can, honestly, come on guys, how can you not tell that's fake? So obvious. I can't believe, like, the lack of training that CEX staff have. You know, if you're gonna, retro video games are huge in CEX, and you'd think the staff would just have some sort of basic training to be able to spot fakes, repros, foreign versions, because they are being had big time. They are losing a lot of money by a lot of con artists, you know what I mean? They know they can get away with it. It's unbelievable, and I've actually heard from people that when things get returned, such as these repros, they just get restocked, like, and they just send them out again to other people, and it's really annoying when I'm trying to save up all my credit vouchers, you know, to get them more hard to get expensive games, which I just can't afford to pull the money out. I can't just, like, pay with them with normal cash. I rely on profits to be able to buy me more expensive retro games, and yeah, I was absolutely fuming, but to be honest, I kind of knew that there'd be a pretty high chance. So yeah, really gutting about that, guys, and I would have maybe risked it and tried to order another one, but there was out of stock then. So I used my money from the refund for Wild Guns on something else, 2 other items actually, which I cannot show you right now because one of the games was fake, the other one's good. So the one that's good, I'm actually saving that to show you guys in the next pickups video, hopefully when I've got the fake one replaced. So at the minute I'm kind of going through trying to get a refund for the fake one because I took it back, right? I took it back yesterday and there was like, yeah, it's all gone through, you'll receive an email with a credit voucher refunding that amount of money. And I've been looking and no email has come through at all. And I've double checked my junk folder and everything. I went back to CEX today and I told them, and they told me to hang on for another couple of days. So really not happy. Just open the blinds a bit in the gaming cave. But no, all this refunding business, it's messing up my pickups videos because I'm having to like make you guys wait to see what I keep getting. I'm like, yeah, wait till next week, the game turns out fake. Oh, I'll have to replace it, wait till next week. So I'm sorry guys, I'm really messing you around here, I'm sorry. What did I get on June the 30th? What did I get, guys? Of course, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for the PlayStation 4. I have actually seen things online. Apparently there's been leaks that it will eventually come to the Xbox later on in the year. I don't know if it was in like November or December, something like that. And they're meant to be real, so fingers crossed, guys, for any of you Xbox players who don't own a PS4. Hopefully you guys will get your hands on it at some point. So from what I've played this so far, I think it's a solid remaster, really good. I've almost completed the first Crash on this, and I've played a tiny bit of Crash 3, and that's all I've had time for, so I really want to jump back into this at the weekend and play more of it. Now, I do have a little bit of a complaint about this. I think the jumping is a little bit off. I didn't know if it was me, but I thought Crash felt a bit heavy when he jumped. He just felt a little heavy. I don't know, the jumping just does not feel quite the same, because in the original PS1 versions it felt quite light and effortless, but in this it just feels like a tiny bit more of an effort. It feels like it's like a little bit heavier. And yeah, I read online, apparently I'm really not like the best at this, but apparently like the collision markers or something like that, they're like different or something. So when you jump and land on the edge of like a ledge or something, you do naturally, because of the like collision thing that they use in this engine or something like that, you do naturally slip a little bit. So because of this, it makes it a bit easier to fall backwards after you've just jumped. You'll kind of, sometimes if you're just on the edge, it won't let you like land on it. Because of this, it'll like just make you slide off it. Whereas on the PlayStation 1 versions, you had a bit more, they gave you a bit more of a chance basically. But on this, you like don't get away with it. And I think it was Road to Nowhere or the High Road. I honestly do not remember it being that hard. There's been a lot of complaint as well. That's another thing, that this game is too hard. Everyone's been saying that, but I think what it is, people are like, oh my god, I don't remember it being this hard back in the day, but I don't know, I think the thing is, I know obviously we've got older, us 90s kids, but no, it's not only that, I think games nowadays, honestly, they do require less skill. If you look at all the old retro games, you need a lot more skill, time, effort to complete them. Old games required a lot more skill back then, so I think when people are suddenly brought back to that difficulty, because they've kept that difficulty the same, I think it's a shock for people, to be honest, because we're just used to the difficulty nowadays, and honestly, it does not require that much skill compared to back in the day. Me personally, I think Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 are easier than the first one. The first one's by far the hardest, and yeah, from what I've played on this, I've found it alright to go through. I found it, really enjoyable. I think the main thing that I find hard, there's a few levels such as Sunset Vista, obviously, Slippery Climb, and there's Road to Nowhere and the High Road. They're misty ones where you're on the bridge. They were ridiculous because I think the jumping thing, I'm not just using it as an excuse, I think the jumping thing I really saw the impact of that on this level. I can't remember which one it was Road to Nowhere or the High Road. I think the High Road is the more advanced version of Road to Nowhere, where you have to rely on jumping on the turtles, using the turtle shells to jump, these massive distances onto the planks, and I was just not making it, honestly. So what I actually did, I just jumped on the rope at the side of the bridge and just walked along the rope, and I just did that for the end of the level because I honestly could not. I will go back to it and try and do it the legit way, obviously, and I do want to do a playthrough of the Insane Trilogy for my channel. So yeah, I really felt that the whole jumping issue really made like an impact when I was trying to complete that level. But yeah, that's literally my only complaint with this game, to be honest, that, obviously impacts the gameplay at times, to be honest, but I think it's literally a brilliant remaster. I'm an absolutely huge fan of Crash Bandicoot. Right guys, so this Saturday just gone, the car boot was actually not on because of Armed Forces Day up Cleethorpes, so I only had the Sunday car boot to go to, and I'll show you guys what I got right now. It really wasn't that good. Yeah, our main car boot really wasn't great, but I picked up what I could anyway, so now that I'm a driver, I got 2 air fresheners for my car. There was just £1 each, so there's quite a few flavours, but these were the ones that stuck out for me the most because I love cherry and I love bubblegum and they smell awesome, so can't wait to use them both at some point. I said I traded a few PS2 games in for Super Mario Galaxy. Among those were Platinums, which I'm really not keen on Platinums, to be honest. So included in those Platinum games was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and luckily I picked it up at the car boot for just £1, all boxed and complete. So I'm happy to have like the proper version of it, because yeah, I don't know, I'm just not collecting Platinums. I also got a Blu-ray for £1. I got The Raid. I think The Raid 1 and 2, they are brilliant movies, guys, so definitely would recommend them. The Raid movies are both subtitled, but I don't really mind subtitled movies as long as they're awesome. So, yeah, definitely would recommend that. So that was good for £1 for a Blu-ray. These last few pickups are just things to resell for profit. I found Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I looked on eBay to see how much they was going for. They're not going for that much, okay, for the normal version, but I believe this could be a first edition. I'm not an expert, but I did look on Google, I did look online, and it does say that if there is a number 1 in that number there, and it does start with 1, it's 10987, then it's most likely a first edition, and they're going for quite a bit on eBay, so fingers crossed. I've got to give it a double check over because obviously I can't list it on eBay and say it's something which it's not, but I'm sure this is probably a first edition, so I might be able to get quite a bit of profit off that. I also got the Hobbit board game. This was only £1.50. She did want £2, but I bartered it to £1.50 because I wanted to resell for profit. So yeah, I've not sold that yet, but it goes for around like £8 on eBay. I thought it'd go for a bit more, but I put it on swaps and sales anyway, so hopefully I can make a bit of profit there. This next one's brilliant. It is Disney Monopoly. Now I got this for £2, and it's all complete. I gave it a proper check over, and on eBay I've seen them sell for between £30 and £40. That is insane, and I put it on last night, and within like 5 minutes it was already at £5, and so it's got like another 6 days left, so hopefully the bidding will go right up on that. Hopefully I could be in with some decent profit off this. Oh, I almost forgot to include these. I actually also picked up Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask on the 3DS, and Professor Layton as Spectre's Call on the normal DS. So I trade them both in at CX for profit. I got £6 in-store credit for Miracle Mask and £4 in-store credit for Spectre's Call. And I've put that £10 in-store credit towards a game which you will see in the next pickups video. So I mentioned to you guys that it's been really busy and crazy. When I got back from uni yesterday, we was clearing out the shed. And literally everything I found, I didn't find some great stuff or anything, but literally the things I found are things that I'm going to put on swaps and sales, eBay, things like that. I found all sorts. I found an Iron Maiden vinyl which goes for like £10 to £15 on eBay. I found an old mini fridge which I sold for a tenner. I found like an adjustable reading lamp which I sold for £2. I've got so much stuff on swaps and sales, so hopefully I'll be in with some decent profits. I did find something to keep for myself. I found a Leon Kennedy Resident Evil 2 figure in his RPD uniform, and as you'll know, Resident Evil 2 is my favourite video game of all time. And it's got like a switch on the back, so he performs that action, which is pretty useless because he's got nothing in his hand. I can't remember if anything originally did go in his hand, I don't know, but yeah, really cool little figure this. It's 1998 Capcom Toy Biz Inc. So I was happy to get that. It'll go with my other Leon figure on my TV stand. Really random find, and I feel really guilty for keeping him in the shed all this time. I never knew he was in there. But yeah, that is it guys for this week's pickups video. Thank you so much for your time and patience in waiting for this upload. I do massively apologise that it's late. Life has just been crazy busy as always, and honestly stay tuned for the next one because one of my pickups for the next video is going to be amazing and I can't wait to show you guys. It's something I've wanted for almost 3 years ever since it came out. So thank you so much guys. I honestly can't thank you all enough for the views that I get on my pickups videos. I just get hundreds of views and I never imagined they'd be like this. So I hope you've enjoyed the video guys, and I'll see you very soon in a brand new Car Boot Sales pickups video. See you in a bit guys.